Okay, dear friends, welcome to this class. So, already in last classes, so we have been regarding about the uses of this microorganisms, especially in preparation of food materials like curd, and which is that microbe which is used in the manufacture of curd, that is a lactobacillus. Understand? So this curd contains the bacteria lactobacillus. When you add this curd to the milk, that lactobacillus bacteria again turns milk into curd. So in the preparation of that curd, we use what? Lactobacillus bacteria. And some microbes are very useful to human beings. Understand? So not only this lactobacillus, even yeast, it is a fungi. Yeast is a fungus which is used in the manufacture of bread. Yes or no? And even bakery items, bakery materials. Yes or no? So in the preparation of food, in the preparation of food we use the lactobacillus bacteria. In preparation of what it is, bread, even bakery materials, we use the yeast, that is a fungus. And some other commercial uses are there, especially yeast, which is used in the preparation of what? Wine and beer. Understand? Even wine and beer is prepared. Normally, this yeast is present in food materials which contain sugar like barley, wheat, and etc. So, this yeast that converts sugar into alcohol. So that process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by the yeast, that we call it is, what it is. Remember what I told in last class? Fermentation. What it is? Fermentation. So by this process fermentation, the wine and beers are manufactured in a large scale for the commercial purpose. So for commercial purposes, we are also using some microbes. Yes or no, students? Let's see in this class some other uses of microorganisms. Okay, let's see. Some other uses of microorganisms are there. First one is there in increasing the fertility of soil. Very good, especially in agriculture. In agricultural field, some bacteria are also used. These are the other uses of these microbes or microorganisms. Where in increasing the fertility of soil. See students, nowadays I already know that in the first chapter, what it is crop production and management. To increase the fertility of soil, nowadays farmers they are using a lot amount of chemical fertilizers. Understand? And that chemical fertilizers that provide a required amount of nutrients to the soil and they get a good yield of crops. So instead of using that even chemical fertilizers, some microbes are there, microorganisms are there. They naturally increases the fertility of soil. Without using any chemical fertilizer, they increases what? Fertility naturally. Fertility of soil naturally. Which are those? Which microorganisms that helps in the increasing of this fertility of soil? Let's see. Example is there rhizobium bacteria. What it is? Rhizobium bacteria. Where we can see this present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. So these rhizobium bacteria is commonly seen in root nodules. These are present in root nodules of leguminous plants. See, leguminous plants is nothing but dipole plants. Understand? Just imagine these are the roots. So these are what we call root nodules. These are called root nodules. Of which plant? Of dipole plant. Of dipole plant. Either you can say legume plants. These are commonly called as legume plants or leguminous plants, commonly called as dipole plants. So the root nodules, these rhizobium bacteria that is mainly present in root nodules of this dipole plant or you can say leguminous plants. So what it did, sir? How it helps in the increasing of fertility of soil? That is the main question. Remember students, I will clearly explain. This rhizobium bacteria present in root nodules of legume plants, they absorb atmospheric nitrogen, and for the growth of plants, they need a three basic nutrients. One is nitrogen, second one is phosphorus, and third one is potassium. As remember NPK. NPK means nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. These are the basic nutrients required by the growth of plants. If you provide these nutrients in required amount to the plants is well growth. Understand? So here this rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules of legume plant that absorb atmospheric nitrogen, and that converts nitrogen into suitable nitrates, as soluble nitrates, absorbable nitrates, and it sends to the soil. So from these nitrates the plants can absorb nitrogen for their growth. Understand? So that we call it as a nitrogen fixation. So this rhizobium bacteria that fixes the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. So this is what we call nitrogen fixation. See what they made? This rhizobium bacteria, they absorb atmospheric nitrogen and they converts that nitrogen into nitrates, and they fixes the nitrates into the soil. So this presence of nitrates that increases the natural fertility of soil. This process we call it is what? Nitrogen fixation. Understand? So this is a naturally occurring process, nitrogen fixation. Hence, so not only this rhizobium bacteria, another one is the bacteria that is a blue-green algae, which is commonly present in soil. Understand? This blue-green algae commonly present in soil. So this is a blue-green algae is a bacteria. It is a one kind of bacteria that also did the same function made by this rhizobium bacteria. See, even this blue-green algae bacteria also absorb atmospheric nitrogen and they converts it into nitrates and fixes into the soil. That we call it as a nitrogen fixation. By this nitrogen fixation, the fertility of the soil is naturally increased. Hence, this rhizobium bacteria and blue-green algae, both are bacteria. These are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. These are called biological nitrogen fixers. In the next part, we will discuss about the nitrogen cycle. How this nitrogen fixation is occur in nature. We will discuss that nitrogen cycle and nitrogen fixes in the next class in detail. Okay. Let's know here only. So some microorganisms are used in the increasing the fertility of soil. Remember which are those? Rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Second one, blue-green algae that is mainly present in soil. So both absorb nitrogen from atmosphere and they convert it into nitrates and fixes into the soil. That process is called nitrogen fixation. Because of this process, fertility of soil is naturally increased. Hence, both bacteria are commonly called as biological nitrogen fixers. Understand? Okay. Next comes another use of this microorganism. Where it is used, sir? In cleaning the environment. How, sir? How it is happens, sir? In cleaning of environment, some microbes are helped. Understand? So they play a very important role in the cleaning of this environment. Are you wondering about that? Yes, very interesting is there. Interesting fact is there. Some microorganisms are there that helps in the cleaning of our environment. So I will explain with the example. Just imagine if an animal is died now. If we throw the died animal in the environment, understand? See, after even 15 days or in months, you can't see the same animal body in that place where you thrown it. Yes, sir? So where it goes, sir? Where it goes? Yes, it is completely decomposed. After complete decomposition, that animal body it is mix up with the soil. Understand? Sir, how it is the question is, sir, how this dead body of animal or plant get decomposed, sir? Very interesting question. Yes, answer is that some bacteria and fungi, they decompose the dead animal or dead plant. Understand? Some bacteria and fungi that helps in the decomposition of dead body of your plant and animal. Understand? So they completely decomposes their dead body of plant or even animal after complete decomposition. So they converts that dead body into phosphates and even nitrates. Phosphates and nitrates. They converts that dead body of plant and animal into phosphates and nitrates. So these phosphates and nitrates mix up with the soil. Understand? So hence by doing this, they cleans our environment. Understand? Hence they are called environment cleaners. Natural environment cleaners. See, in the cleaning of environment, bacteria and fungi are used. It is a naturally happening process. It is not man-made. Understand? Where animals are died, where plants are died. So you can see what one bacteria and fungi. They get arised and they decompose that total animal body and plant body and they convert them into phosphates and nitrates. So that is mixed up with the soil and they cleanse the environment. Imagine if there is no these bacteria and fungi on this environment, what will happen, sir? So everywhere you can see only dead bodies of even plants and animals. Yes, sir. There is no place for living of for us. Yes, sir. It is not happened in the environment. It is not happened in environment. Why, sir? We are living very freely in this environment. Yes, sir. No, it is only because of this bacteria and fungi. So these bacteria and fungi both are commonly called as what? These are decomposers. These are commonly called decomposers. These are commonly called decomposers. So they decompose the dead body of animal and plant, they convert them into phosphate and nitrates and they mix up with the soil and they cleanse the environment. So these decomposers that plays very important role in the cleaning of environment. Okay, dear students, let's come in a sewage disposal. In a sewage. Sewage means waste water. Wastewater, it is arise from even domestic activities and even industries. That we call it is a sewage. The wastewater flowing from even domestic activities as well as industries. So that wastewater is called as sewage. Understand? In nowadays, it is very important to treat that sewage water because nowadays people they are facing the scarcity of drinking water. Yes, sir. Nowadays we are getting the water, drink a potable water by paying the money even also. Yes, sir. So, hence, it is very necessary to treat the sewage water. Understand? Let's see. In the sewage disposal also some microbes are used. Which are those? Some bacteria. Here in the treatment of sewage, bacteria are used. What? Bacteria are used. So these already the bacteria are commonly called as a decomposers. So these bacteria, these are also used in the sewage treatment of sewage water. So these bacteria that decomposes the organic matter present in a sewage. Understand? In the time during the treatment of that sewage, these bacteria when they decompose the organic matter, so that produces what? Methane gas. That produces what? Methane gas. So this methane gas we call it is what? Biogas. This methane gas is what we call biogas. Understand, students? So in treatment in sewage disposal also some microorganisms, especially bacteria, are used. Understand? So these bacteria that decompose the organic matter present in the sewage and by the decomposition they release a methane gas. This methane gas we call it as a biogas. What is biogas streams? Clear or not? So these are the other uses of this microorganisms. Is there some other uses of microorganisms are there? We will discuss some other uses of microorganisms in a next classes. So until that, take down these notes in your HW and read it well. Okay. Thank you for watching this class.